I'm Major Nygaard with McDowell Air Force Junior ROTC PA 791st, and I'm going to show you how to successfully complete the Trucker's Hitch Challenge. Now the first thing is that behind me is just one of what will be two squares, if you will, and there will be a total of 4 milk crates, each of which will have a rope in it. What will happen is 4 cadets will come forward and immediately grab the milk crate and the rope, and you'll secure it to the tie-down station with a trucker's hitch. I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up, you'll run up, grab the rope, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need to affix this to one of the tie-down, one of the anchor points with a hitch. It's actually more of a bind than anything. Here, this is how you tie it. You're going to take your rope, put it around the anchor point here. Give yourself about 3 feet of slack, all right? And what you're going to do is you're going to pinch it off, I'd say, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 inches from the anchor point. And what you're going to do is you're going to go over and under once, over and under a second time, and you'll notice that I've worked my way closer to the anchor point. Okay, once I've done that 2 times, at least 2 times, you can go more, but 2 times, you'll notice that where I pinched off, I've created a hole. I'm going to turn this excess rope here, the tail end, into what's called a bite. I'm going to feed that bite through the hole like that, but just only far enough so that it goes through, not all the way. And now I'm going to take the rest of the rope, the working end, and I'm going to pull tightly, and you're going to see that that binds down. Okay, that jams it up, and that creates a secure anchor point. All right, now I'm going to take the object that I want to simulate that I'm securing, place it down on the trucker's hitch station, and now I'm going to tie my trucker's hitch. So I'm going to come over here, I'm laying the rope down over the object, and now I'm going to secure my rope around the second anchor point. All right, now I need to create a midline loop. And the way I'm going to do that is right around where the rope touches the simulated object, I'm just going to twist an overhand loop. That's all I did. I just twisted an overhand loop. Okay, now I'm going to take this loop and I'm going to lay it down over the rope toward the anchor point that I'm going to be pulling from, so toward the second anchor point. Okay, I'll do that one more time. I'm going to create an overhand loop just by twisting like I'm turning the keys of a car, and then I'll lay it down over the rope in the direction that I'm going to be pulling from. I have some rope under here, so I'm just going to peek that up through and grab it, and I will pull. See, that creates a midline loop. All right, now I'll take the rest of my rope here. It's wrapped around my second anchor point. I'm going to thread it through all the way. Okay, now if you back up a little bit, now that you'll see I've essentially created a pulley system. Okay, 1, 2, 3-way mechanical advantage. And so now I can really cinch down. Okay, I can really pull this down. Now come here for a sec and I'll show you where to finish this off. If we go to the trucker's hitch, I can really pull down on this securely. I'm going to need to pinch this off so that I can secure it. And where so many people make a mistake is they pinch off in front of the loop. You want to pinch off behind. You see how I've got that here? I'm pinching off behind my midline loop. Okay, so I'm pinching off here. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw the rope over. I'm going to throw my excess over, and now I come up under and I create a half hitch. I'll do that again. I'll throw the rope over. Now I already have a loop that I can go through. I'm going to come up and through, and now here's the key part. I grabbed here back on the midline loop so that I can keep tension the whole time, and I'm going to grab this half hitch and I'm going to jam up without letting go. And now that I let go, I've kept all my tension. All right, so now you've successfully tied the trucker's hitch. Now you have to break it down. The judge will be watching the whole time. The second you get this tied, they should say you're good for teardown. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take your excess cordage here and you're just gonna pull out this half hitch. Boom. And just like that, it's loose. Now you can take out the anchor point. You can unthread the whole thing from your midline. Okay, here's your midline. Now you can just pull on the midline and it just comes right out. Then you come over to your original anchor point. Remember how I said to keep about 3 feet of spare? You'll have about a foot of spare here. You can just pull that out too. If you don't give yourself 3 feet of spare, you'll just have this little bit to grab, and if it might be too tight, you might not be able to get a good grab on that. So when you tie this first anchor point, give yourself about 3 feet of excess, okay? Once you've done that, you'll gather up your rope as fast as you can. You'll put the milk crate right side up, throw the rope in, say done, and the judge will call on the next person, okay? If there's any rope dangling outside, if there are any knots remaining in the rope, you're gonna get dinged with penalty seconds added to your overall time. So I'll leave. The next cadet will come in and do the exact same thing on any of the 2 stations until all 10 cadets on the team have successfully completed the trucker's hitch. That's how you do it, folks.